Hello there, Guildies.
Ooh.
This is the Adventurers Guild. I'm Steve.
Still, Jesse.
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
It's a box.
It is. We are going to play some original NES games today,
Oh, that's exciting.
but not the way you are familiar with it. As a matter of fact, we are doing it in a very interesting way. I stumbled upon something brand new that just came out recently. It's super awesome, and I did not tell Jesse what it is.
I'm
Because
curious.
I want to capture his reaction completely live on camera. I am almost completely certain he's never heard of this or seen this before. So we're going to go right to it. It is time to cue the music.
Ooh.
Game night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are seated at the computer.
Ooh.
We are playing a NES emulator today. But not just any NES emulator. We are playing a brand new NES emulator called 3D Sen. 3D-S-E-N. So, no just warning in advance. We're just going to go in and play, okay?
All right.
So, you're using an Xbox controller, just D-pad, A and B, you're good. Well, A and X, actually. So, I've already taken the liberty of loading some ROMs into the emulator. So, I think the first thing I want you to play is Legend of Zelda. Okay, the original Legend of Zelda. Okay?
I've
So,
played it many times.
let's do this. Alright, so go ahead, push the button. Anything look a little out of the ordinary just yet?
Yeah, they're a little
Alright,
hard
so
there.
just go ahead and hit plus. This is 3D Sen. What this does,
Look at this.
you haven't seen nothing yet. Hold on. So what this does is it takes NES ROMs. This is just a ROM ripped straight off of a NES cartridge. And it does some kind of witchcraft and converts them into 3D sprites or 3D voxels or something like that. So you think this is interesting? Just move the right analog stick.
What? Oh, this is all weird.
Dude, this is nothing but the normal NES ROM.
Look. Look at the old text. Look how the sword spins.
Is this not the craziest wizardry you've ever seen in
It
your
is
entire
very
life?
weird.
Dude, hit the menu button. I think it's select. Is it select? No, not plus. Select. Look at that. Look at the little. I don't even know what you would call that, but
That is very odd and strange. Oh, look at the enemies. This is amazing.
so this is available on Steam. 3D Sen. I think it's currently in what is it? Not beta testing, but pre-release or whatever.
Did you see that coin?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I played this a ton last night. I've seen many things. Yes. So, early access. I'm sorry, it's an early access. I think the early access price is like $9. So,
Oh, jeez.
what this guy has done, and I'm probably going to destroy the explanation to this, but so it's worth noting that only certain ROMs are compatible with this right now. So you have to do each ROM individually because you have to basically teach the emulator how to interpret different sprites in the game and convert them to this 3D voxel form or whatever. I don't exactly understand it because it's way beyond my brain comprehension. But right now in early access, I think there's like 30 or 40 games that are compatible with it. But they're the popular games, all the Mario Brothers games, Castlevania.
Oh, I gotta see Mario Brothers.
You want to see Mario Brothers?
Absolutely.
All right, hit B.
Oh, jeez.
Like, no, actual B. All right. So, you want to see Mario 1 or Mario 3 first? Because they're both sick.
I want to see Mario 1 first.
Okay.
Start out with the OG original. This is so weird. What is... Oh, this is odd. I love it, though.
Dude, think about the level of complexity that must go into this. I I mean, you can look. You can see inside the freaking warp pipes.
This is true.
I wish I could look at the code to this game. You know, I'm not the world's greatest coder, but I've made a game. You know, I'm familiar with you know.
I was in it.
Basic. Yeah, that's true. I'm familiar with, you know, basic game code and programming. But I mean, I'm sure looking at this, my brain would melt. But it's insane. You ever wonder what the front of Mario looks like? He looks like that.
All right. Yeah. Look at the cloud. I mean, technically, you could kind of almost play this like. I wonder, could you over the shoulder kind of view?
I mean, theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, look. Yeah.
I mean, it's
odd.
probably not going to go well.
Oh. I played this level many a times.
Just not looking like this.
Definitely not.
You're playing it in like a 3/4 almost isometric. Well, not isometric, but it's.
I'm mind-boggled by.
Look, you can see all the depth. You know, like how the blocks go back.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I hit B.
Yeah, hit B again.
I got so sad for a minute.
What do you see down in the?
Look at the castle.
Oh, you can. Oh, I didn't even show you that you can zoom in and zoom out as well.
Wow.
So insane. Here, look.
There's actual depth to it.
Is it? Which button is it? Oh, you can look. You can zoom in and out. So you can play like all up on Mario's grill if you want.
Wow. So that's why I wanted to see the flowers from all angles. This is insane.
It is.
Who could I couldn't imagine. I don't know how games work in the first place.
It's made. This is made by one dude, one guy, who apparently had an insane like fever dream one night and was like, "I wish I could play NES games in 3D," and evidently said to himself,
I can do that.
"Why can't I play them in 3D?"
I'll figure it out.
So he started working on it, according to like the bio on the website, 5 years ago. It's like a passion project of his. And this is the fruit of his labors. You want to see Mario 3?
I do.
B. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, look, the Oh! Nice. It's so weird to see, like, the Goombas, though, and...
Like, you can literally, like, look at the map, like, almost like it's a puzzle game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This is true. I'm sure that was good for the viewers. Oh, let's see the side of it.
So, what's even crazier... D-pad, remember? Not analog stick.
Sorry, so many years of using the
I
analog
know.
stick.
So, what's even crazier is there is a version of this for VR headsets. So, unfortunately, I only have a PlayStation VR. I don't have like an HTC Vive or a PC Oculus Rift.
Right.
But you can get this emulator designed for a PC-based 3D headset, and it looks just like this, except for in VR.
Oh, that's gotta be...
This looks ridiculous, and I can only imagine what it must look like in VR.
It's almost weird because... Oh, jeez, I did it again. These big, meaty hands.
We already had the meaty hand conversation.
This is true. Look at the tail.
I have determined that this game, or this emulator, was not actually crafted like with source code. It was made with witchcraft. So.
I can see that. Oh, man. You can...
Oh, no one's gonna knock you for playing poorly because this is not the normal way to play this game.
This is amazing. What other games we got?
Check out Castlevania.
Oh, look, Batman.
Oh, Contra's on it? Contra's pretty sick, too.
It's almost neat to see it's a flat surface. That's so funny. Oh, this is weird.
So what's cool...
Now, how does he... Because certain things look 3D and other things look still...
Yeah, so... And again, I don't know anything about the way the source code is made, but I gather he must rip the textures from the game ROM, right, and then create like 3D voxel versions of them, and then the emulator must interpret when a sprite should be on screen, and it's just hard replaced with the 3D version of it. Like, obviously those curtains don't blow around in the game.
Yeah.
So there's source code that exists for where those curtains are supposed to appear. So he created a 3D voxel based version of those curtains. They just happen to sway. So whenever the emulator detects, okay, there's a curtain here, that's what's put in place. But it's the source, the artwork is ripped right from the ROM, so it's not.
I was gonna say,
it's the correct art, but
it looks like Simon Belmont is just
right, exactly, but it's in 3D, and that could be completely inaccurate.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm just so fascinated by this now. You can come.
Oh, you're behind it.
Yes. Unbelievable. How much did you mess around with this thing last night?
Oh, I played for I had seen some YouTube videos of it, and I was like, I want to download this and just mess with it for a few minutes and make sure I can get everything working. Yeah, this was at like 9:30 at night. By the time I was done, it was like 1 a.m. I was like, oh, I did not realize I'd played this for like 3 hours.
Look at the door. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, man. Contra?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, you prefer the arcade or the original?
Of Contra?
Mm-hmm.
So, normally I would always say the arcade version, but the NES version is so near and dear to me that I think I prefer the NES version strictly because of nostalgia. I mean, the arcade version is far superior, obviously, but I think in this particular instance I prefer the NES version. I've beaten this, I swear, it has to be 100 times. Isn't it weird how, as a kid, especially within like the NES era, you rebeat games constantly?
Yep.
Like, you don't really do that anymore. Like, nobody does.
No, I'm having trouble right now just finishing one.
You know, like you don't typically you don't finish like, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, of course, but like you don't play through The Last of Us 2 and then the next day put The Last of Us 2 back in.
Yeah,
game.
sorry, yeah.
Whereas back in the day, like you beat Contra one day, the next day after school you beat Contra again, the next day after school you beat Contra again.
I remember there was a week straight where I beat Sonic 2. I don't know, like
I believe
like 50
I've been
times.
there. Well, we could do this literally all night, but I think we should probably call the video there.
I'd say so.
So, this has been 3D Sin, and we will now go to the 3D outro.
We are 3D, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We exist in a 4D world. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, outro. And we're back from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
That's a Harry Potter reference.
It is, but as we had previously established, the only way that emulator could exist is through some type of sorcery. So
That was really neat.
I mean, there's not much else to say. There's about 40 games available for it. It's an early access on Steam. It's $9, and I think after the early
$9.
And I think in the next couple weeks it's going to be $10. But obviously you have to download the ROMs yourself, which we're not advising you to do because ROMs are ROMs.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it is absolutely insane.
It was really fun.
What else can you say? There's nothing.
It was neat because I kept trying to point the camera forward, thinking I would be able to see forward, and it's like you said, it's still the actual NES game, so
Right.
Only certain things loaded. It's really neat.
But I mean, again, there's literally nothing else that we can say about the insanely awesomeness of that emulator. So
Let's go play it again.
That's a good idea. For the Adventurers Guild, I'm Steve.
Still Jesse.
Thank you very much to our guild heroes who are appearing right here.
Oh, I know these guys.
So do I. They're in our Discord.
That's right. Good, lovely conversation.
Once again, for the Adventurers Guild, I'm Steve. This is Jesse. This has been Game Night, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Do-do-do-do-do.